Hello, my name is Hannah Chalfant. I am in section 1 of Chinese calligraphy, and for my final project I will be reviewing some of the basic things about Chinese calligraphy that I have learned this semester, as well as reviewing running script and going over a calligraphy work of my own. Before this class, I had no prior knowledge of Chinese calligraphy or how far back the history of this art form goes. The first thing that we learned about in this class were the 4 treasures of the Chinese calligraphy study. First is the brush, which has a history going back to 200 BC, is usually made of rabbit hair, and the shaft is usually made of bamboo. Next is the paper. It's called rice paper, and there are several different types for various prints and uses. I remember watching a video of a calligrapher picking out the right piece of paper for their art piece. So it's a very specific use that Chinese calligraphers really take into account for their art form. Next is the ink, which also dates back to the Han Dynasty and is made from a specific tree, a pine black tree, and is a very dark black color. And then next is the ink stone. This is where the ink stick is ground into powder and mixed with water. The ink stones can come in a lot of different designs and are often very ornate and beautiful. Next, we reviewed how to hold the brush. You want to hold it firmly between your thumb and your first 2 fingers, keeping your other fingers lightly behind for balance. This is the very first thing that everyone should know about doing Chinese calligraphy, because if you hold the brush wrong, then your work will look uneven and you won't have good control of the brush. You want to keep the brush in a vertical position, and as well as having good posture while you're writing, keeping both feet on the ground and your shoulders back. And you'll want to use the entire tip of the brush when you're writing. This is an example of regular script. Some information about regular script is that it stands very tall, it's very easy to look at and easy to read. It is slightly square-shaped and has a very well-defined internal structure. It's extended and smoothed out, and as I said, easy to read. It's called regular script because it is the model script. It's what everyone chooses to learn first about Chinese calligraphy. You have to learn it first before you can progress into learning other types. So this is the very first regular script piece that we did in class this semester. The characters mean sun, moon, mountain, and river. The characters are slightly pictorial. For example, the third one, mountain, you can see how it means the word mountain. To the left of these words are my Chinese name, which means fragrant flower. And I think I did fairly good on this piece. I had good control of the brush. The only issue that I've had this semester is with keeping my name in the right position on the paper. It has to be smaller than the other characters, and I oftentimes had trouble distinguishing the characters of the piece from my name and the date.